Here's the new points. Nice and clean. Ordered them from Cummins, local store in my area, and they own Onan, so they are OEM spec. Get this points cover off. And there's the old set. Not sure how old they are, but they definitely look like they've been in there for a while. And they've got some corrosion, and I'm hoping that's going to fix the backfire issue that's going on right now. So we'll see. We'll get these swapped out and try to get them set, get the gap set properly on them. And I'll save these just in case because they are working. All right, we just got to loosen up these little Allen bolts here, and just a little washer, lock washer. Try not to lose that. And let's see if we can pull this up here. All right, there it is. So we'll get this apart, get the new points and capacitor on there, get cleaned up a little bit, put the new gasket on the bottom. Doesn't even look like there's a gasket on here. So that'll be good. Put a gasket on there and get it cleaned up. Alright, I got the old and the new points and capacitors here. Just want to show you a quick difference on them for a comparison. This is the old one. There's a number on it, says Repco 9590. You kind of see the corrosion on the points there. They've been in there for a while. I'm not sure if these are the original ones or not. They might be. Hard to tell. But I'm going to hold on to them. Here's the new ones. No marking on them, but they did come from Onan. You can see the points are straight, nice and clean. Everything's new. Here's the old capacitor, 3120248, 3MF 3000 or 300 DC, something like that. And here's the new, similar numbers on here. Very similar design and look. So yeah, there you go. There's the old and the new points and capacitor. Alright, here we go. Here's the gasket. Breaker point gasket. And we got the plate and the points and everything wired and hooked back up. Now we want to put the plunger in there. Don't forget the plunger. Put that in. Got the screws, I got everything cleaned up, got all the dirt off of them, and sprayed WD-40 down the holes and got all the dirt out of there. And we'll get these on here. We'll get this tightened up and we'll check back in a second. All right, so we've got the points, capacitor, and everything hooked back up and wired. Now we're going to set the gap in between here. It's supposed to be set to 0.21, and so I have the main lead going to the ignition coil disconnected. So the crank will turn over and hit the plunger and open the points, open and close the points. And what you want to do is get to the widest point, the widest gap, which should be top dead center right there. And then you set your gap. And this one has to be tightened up. It's too, you can see the gap right there is too big. So this Allen wrench, this Allen bolt adjusts the gap up and down. So I'll do that now. Alright, so you just adjust this Allen bolt until the points get to 0.21. You can see it's getting tighter. You want a little bit of resistance in between that gap. That's pretty good. All right, that should be it. Now I'm going to put the cover back on and pull the spark plugs out, put new spark plugs in, and adjust the spark plugs and crank it up, see what happens. Alright, let's get some new plugs in. I did change these plugs about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I first started working on this. And what was in it, they had H10Cs in them, so I just purchased some of those and put them in there, and they work. But in the manual, it calls for RH18Y. So I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to gap them at 0.25. You can see this one's totally shut from when they shipped it to me. So I'll get that gapped, put them in there, and hopefully we'll get some good spark. Alright, we'll get those gapped, we'll put them in, and we'll check back in a minute. Let's see, we're going to gap it at 0.25 according to the book. Let's see if this other one's even close. Well, it's pretty close. It's really close. Alright, cool. I'll get these put in. Seems to be pretty good. These plugs don't look too good, the ones I'm pulling out. So you could tell it was running a little rich, but hopefully I can get it tuned up and going good. Not too tight, but just tight enough. Get everything plugged back up. All these wires need to be replaced. They're in bad shape. Alright, well I got the new points on and got everything adjusted pretty good. It's not running perfect, but it's running a little bit better than it was. There's, you know, the carburetor and the governor and everything needs to be adjusted just right. I've been playing with it and I got it tuned in pretty good, but I actually put it in gear and it turned it around, so everything seems to be working okay. Everything needs to be adjusted, the clutches need to be adjusted. I think the next adjustment I'm going to make is on the valves. Make sure those are adjusted properly, and just keep, you know, tightening it up as best I can. But yeah, here we go.